Hey everybody, today's video, I think I'm going to make this like a series of videos of how I garden and why I do things the way that I do them. But today's video is mainly on this 50-gallon grow bag that I've been using in the basement for the worms this year, and how extremely well it's turned out. I didn't think it would do this well, but it's been very good, and I'm going to go through this bin here today. I haven't turned this in a couple weeks, I think. I don't think I've fed it in probably about 10 days. So this needs some attention. I'm going to give them some unique foods from the garden today. The first thing is this this mushroom that was out by the we had cut down a big silver maple tree some years back, and the stump I had ground down, but some of the stump was still there, and this mushroom formed on it. And I took it to the Madison Garden Expo to make sure it wasn't a toxic mushroom. I forget the Latin name of it, but she said it's some kind of artist's conch or something like that, mushroom. So they're gonna get a mushroom. I've never given them a whole hunk of mushroom. It'll be interesting to see how long it takes them to get down to just that hunk of root there, that maple root. But yeah, this will be interesting, I think. Something different. You can see the fruiting body here of the mushroom itself, and that's the whole thing on top. So I'm gonna put a hunk of that in there. And the other thing I feed the worms is failed birdhouse gourds. Now this is how a birdhouse gourd is supposed to end up. You can hear the seeds in there. It's got some mold on there, it's supposed to. But they don't all turn into something you can craft into a birdhouse gourd like this one. Sometimes they, for some reason, they just go south. And when they do, like this one certainly has, I cut it up and give it to the worms. And the other thing I'm going to give them today, and I've been giving them these for quite a while, are loofah gourds. Now this is a loofah gourd I grew in 2022. I didn't have any grow last year because I direct sowed them, and you can't do that in Wisconsin. And when they turn out right, you get a nice loofah sponge. I think in 2022, I think I harvested about 15 to 20 good sponges out of the gourds. But again, they don't all make it. Like this thing here is not suitable for using indoor as a sponge. Now this section here may have been okay. I think this would have been all right, but I'm just going to give it to the worms. So those are a few different things that I'm going to add to the worm bin today. And I'll get things set up and we'll start going. Thank you. All right, I'm back here. I did forget something, but that's all right. So I'm going to uncover this guy. Like I said, it's been a while since I was in here. So there's the squirmy wormies. Guess I need a new piece of cardboard. Ooh, look at all the little mites. And if you can see that, those are all some kind of a mite, but that's all right. I know they don't affect the worms. I don't really care. All right, so let's see what we got. This used to be a birdhouse gourd stem. This has been in here for probably over a month. It's starting to break down. It's almost there. So whatever, set that aside. All right, and then here's the worms. Now I need to give this a good turning. They're doing pretty good in here, and this is all broken down pretty much. This was some celery I had given them. Banana peel. I guess there's a little food left in here. I don't know what the heck that used to be. Look at that. Open it up, and there's a little host of worms eating the insides of that out. This may have been I don't know what that was. I have no clue. Got a woody stem though. The worm sure liked it. That's pretty cool. Anyhow, let's set that over and dig in here some more. Yeah, yeah, there's still some food in here. But I'm gonna give this a full turning. And I weighed this guy yesterday. This bin of material, 82 pounds. That's how much this stuff gets to weigh. And there certainly isn't 50 gallons in here, but there might be 20 gallons of material. And digging through here, one of the nice things about the grow bags, it smells delicious. There's no unwanted odors. There's worms throughout. Look at all the babies here. This was towards the bottom. A whole bunch of those guys. I know Patrick at his channel, Vermicompost Learn by Doing, he has a grow bag as a worm bin. And I do believe I've seen on Sandra's channel some grow bags in her operation. I don't know what the heck this is. Oh, here's a piece of potato growing. I know I've seen she has something similar, if not grow bags, but she has like these big rectangular fabric containers that she has in her one of her garages. But yeah, every scoop of this, there's worms almost. There's another thing that was hollowed out by the worms. A few worms in there. Oh yeah, these, I was going to use these upstairs last year, but I was concerned about the moisture. Because underneath these things are wet. But then this year I put plastic down and drop cloth, so the other thing is why I carry my grow room's on the second floor, so I don't see a need to do that. So they did just fine down here. But all through this bin are nice worms. Now this bin I started in October. Oh, here's a pumpkin stem that I probably put in October. And it's still, well, it's starting to, yeah, it's starting to break up a little bit. There's worms in there. They finally get to them, but it takes them quite a while. That over here. But yeah, one of the things I make sure of is every couple weeks or so, I give this a good turn, just to spread the food out for foraging worms and make sure we don't get any anaerobic material or critters happening in the bottom. But so far I've not had any issues with any of that. And here's another section that was way at the bottom. Nice little flourish of worms here. And some piece of who knows what. And one of the nice things too about this is I don't ever have to worry about moisture being an issue, an enemy. And moisture can certainly be an enemy for a worm bin. So yeah, this is basically since October. This one's not as far along as the other 50-gallon bin I have in the grow bag, but it's getting pretty close to it now. I think the makeup of this was more pine needles and stuff. Here's some paper that was embedded in the bottom somewhere, just full of leaves, worms. A little baby worm there. So yeah, this is my yeah, I've been using these outside for a year and a half in the warm weather months, but this is the first time I tried them in the basement. So this will be my go-to winter thingy from now on. So I'm just gonna spread this thing out here. And the way I kind of been finding works best to feed in this round bin is to kind of put the food in the middle and then kind of mound it up. So what I'm going to do is I cut this guy in half, and there's a lot of pulp in here that the worms can get into. I just cut it off, and I'll just leave this on there, the head. See what happens. I'll put it at the bottom here. Yeah, it's really crumbly. I mean, you know, you certainly couldn't make a birdhouse out of that for sure. And then I put that loofah in here. I had one in the other bin and it was just full of worms. So I'll definitely show that when I go to look at that. And I'll put a hunk of this fungi in here and see what goes with that. And I just went out this morning, or just a short time ago, and I got some celery from the garden that I keep in a snowbank. There's still a little frost on there. That's all right. The celery hangs around for quite a while, but they do finally get to it. And what else? Then I got a bunch of stuff I had laid out, defrosted yesterday. This is just some more celery, it looks like, and a banana, some mushrooms, more mushrooms. There's some broccoli in there and some carrots, it looks like. Another hunk of banana. Now you notice maybe that I don't put the banana peel in there. And I've been looking online to see, well, I've been giving my worms banana peels for years, and I've never had any issues with it. But the more I think of it, most of these bananas are grown in different countries that we buy at the store, unless you're lucky enough to live in an environment where you can grow them yourself, but I don't. And I just wonder about, and I read an article that they use up to 35 pounds of pesticide per acre for bananas. And I don't know what they're using, so I can use the banana peels in my hot compost, and I'm pretty confident that any pesticides or fungicides or herbicides that could be on those banana peels, I'd rather put it through a hot compost and give it to my worms. But that's just me. So anyhow, I'm going to give these guys some shredded leaves on top. I could have put these on the bottom, really doesn't matter. Probably would have been better to put this on the bottom. The worms don't seem to care too much. And these are just leaves that I've been kept wet in the basement. I inoculated it with some worm tea when I brought them down, and I just keep them moist. Then I just kind of pile these guys on top, form like a little igloo, or just a mound, so to speak. And not that severe, but something like that. Just give it a little more in the center than on the sides, because these will dry out quicker. And that keeps this bulk of this worm bin going. I'll stick that old gourd stem in there. Yeah. And I'll just cover her up. Oh, almost forgot the pumpkin stem. Can't forget that. There. And I'll just cover this critter up and look at it next time. It does, but yeah, this has been a very nice surprise how well this. I got to check my hands for baby worms. Yeah, looks good. And then why I raise worms? Well, this will be my second year starting most of my plants, and this year all of them, with using homemade materials and fertilizers. And the worm castings, I use the worm castings for nutrients for the seedlings, along with compost extract, and that offers a lot of biology to your seedlings. It also offers a lot of enzymes, fumic and humic acids, good for root development, and also it can give plants a head start on protecting against different diseases like powdery mildew and things like that. And it's just it takes work to do this. These bags, 2 of them, it was less than $25, I know that. So you don't have to spend a lot of money. And this bin here, I'll harvest this in the spring, and I'll probably get a good 10 gallons out of here for sure, maybe 15, I would imagine, of screen castings. So this is why I raise worms. And this is one of the ways I do it. So there you have it. I hope you have a good day. I hope you enjoyed it. Take care now. Bye.